Welcome back to Steel Horse. I want to thank everybody for showing up for our bike nights. They're well underway this year. We're going to have a great season of bike nights.
I'm looking forward to it.
Angela, tell us about your trip to Lebanon last week.
Well, Steve, I went to Lebanon. This is the second year that they had the Joey Strong Memorial Ride.
This ride is so important to us. The Joey Strong Memorial Scholarship Fund is to help a graduate from one of the high schools in the Boone County area to be able to help him to get into the Law Enforcement Academy. That was one of Joey's biggest things to do, was to get into the Law Enforcement Academy.
How many years has this been?
This will be the second one, and it's, I don't know, I hope it keeps growing and growing because, you know, it's for, like I said, the kids and their scholarship and their dreams. So, and it's just a way that we can remember Joey.
You have a seat for me?
Yes. Open seat, ShamWow in case it rains.
I don't think it's going to rain. I think it's going to hold up for it.
It looks like it will. You hold the ShamWow up as much as they cost, that should suck the water right out of the clouds.
There you go. I think you have a plan.
Yeah, I'm hoping for it.
Obviously, we know this ride is important. Why is it special to you?
Why is it special to me? I'm a veteran. I know Terry Johnson personally and everything, and Joey, and I'm also a deputy sheriff, which the money goes for the scholarship and everything, and it's just really kind of special ride, and it's a salute to Joey and anybody that's looking for a future in law enforcement.
I'm with Joey's mom. This ride is obviously very important to you. Tell us what it means for everybody to be here.
It means that there's going to be scholarships given in Joey's name at Western Boone, which was his high school, and it means a lot to all of us to have all these guys here because they support Joey and his cause and his sacrifice.
Tracy, besides Joey obviously being your son and being loved and missed, tell us what this ride means and why it's so special to you.
Well, it's for a scholarship for young men or women going into the police academy, and boy, it's overwhelming the turnout that we get, and the money that's going to be raised for this is just awesome.
You know, Angela, I was on the first ride, and it looks like that ride is really growing.
It sure is growing. His monument is beautiful if you get a chance to go up there and see it. Hey, Steve, it's time for the horse's mouth question. This week's question is from Mike Reno. He asks, is it necessary to adjust the shims on my CB900 at 23,000 miles?
That's a great question. The service manual calls for a valve inspection at 16,000. Whether or not you would actually need to adjust the shims would be after you did the inspection. You would know then whether or not you needed to adjust or change shims. And you heard that straight from the horse's mouth.
Thanks, Josh. Now let's take a look at the first installment of the Southside Harley-Davidson calendar. See, I didn't mess it up. Be sure to send your events to stillhorsetv.com so we can get them on the calendar.
With all the rides coming up, it's important that you stay safe. And now it's time for Safety 101.
Hello, everybody. This week we want to talk about 3 situations that most motorcyclists are most concerned about. The first one is gravel, especially in a curve. One of the things you want to do as you enter a curve is slow, look to your exit point, and then as you roll into the curve, if you encounter gravel, avoid sudden movements. Always be smooth on your throttle, and the way to conquer this is to try to be more vertical on your motorcycle. Instead of leaning it way over, try to be a little bit more vertical. Continue looking through the curve. Now, if the bike does start to slide, don't panic. Keep your front tire pointed in the direction you want to go, and continue looking at your exit point. Second area most motorcyclists talk about are the bridge gratings, those metal ones you'll see around Cincinnati, Louisville. As you go across the metal bridge grating, sometimes if they're wet, the bike might want to oscillate going left or right. Don't force the bike to stay straight. Just keep your grip firm on the handlebars. Let the motorcycle do its thing. And last but not least, on painted surfaces like lines, crosswalks, dividing lines, especially in the rain, these can be slick. So always use a steady throttle. Be very careful as you go through to avoid sliding on the painted lines in that. Last but not least, remember, don't look down. Look through your curve, look to your place of safety, and keep on motoring. Till next week, I'll see you on the road.
Coming up on Still Horse, we've got the Gadget Closet with Air FX.
And we'll have our special guest, Mark Leidendorf, on the show.
So stick around. We'll be right back.